The stock ARM Holdings just went public today and started at $55 before surging up to $66 before market close today, with multiple halts throughout the day. Now, first off, what is ARM Holdings? Let's go through it. First off, some IPO details. ARM Holdings sold for 95.5 million shares at $51 per share, which is around basically where it opened up at today. Now, this is the largest IPO since Rivian Automotive, and well, you know how Rivian, ticker symbol RIVN, ended up, raised back $12 billion back in late 2021. This is huge for the company. The company will have over 1 billion shares outstanding right now. And really what ARM Holdings does is that they are a leader in CPUs and licenses high performance, low cost, energy efficient products to leading semiconductor companies in the world, with a large focus on the smartphone market. Okay, now a couple companies to kind of list. They go into Taiwan Semiconductor, which is TSM, Intel, INTC, AMD, Nvidia, Google, Apple, a lot of big names. And last year, ARM and Nvidia were going to make a big deal. That fell through. Now ARM Holdings is public and you were able to buy this stock. Now this is the biggest IPO of the year and probably will be of the year. And that's the reason why today it jumped up now 25% on the day. Now before diving into the stock, we should point out a couple big problems with this stock, which is one, the full year 2023 revenue was down $2.7 billion. Now they are profitable with 25% operating margin, generating $524 million in income from operations last full year, but the stock trades at over 100,000 or 100 times earnings, which is absolutely insane. Now, ARM generated the majority of its revenue from license and royalty agreements with other big corporations, and the external customer revenues were $2 billion, which is down 9% year over year. But all in all, now that this name is getting out there, now that the stock is public, let's take a look at what we have to deal with here. So you can see ARM Holdings full year 2023 income statement, and you can kind of look, see where their revenue is coming from, where their gross profit, their operating profit, their expenses, their cost of sales, all that good stuff, where they're generating all this revenue. Okay, so now let's take a look back at the actual stock itself. You can see that it was a choppy start where we fell down to 55 before surging back up. Throughout the day, it wasn't actually too choppy until later on around 3:30 when the stock just took off, jumped from $58 all the way to $66, and is continued to surge after hours, trying to test those highs around $66. Now, this is what I'm looking at with ARM. I'm looking at ARM for two things. One, I'm going to be trading this thing. I didn't take a trade on it today. I wanted to see how it was going to go with IPO, and this is about how I thought it was going to go. The first day, it was going to go up. No matter what happened, it was going to surge to the upside, but it did take a little while. Obviously, it didn't happen until this afternoon. Now, tomorrow and the rest of next week, I want to see this stock fluctuating both the upside and downside. This thing could easily hit $100, but could easily collapse back down to $30, $40. I think that a good buy-in price for the long term would be to see this thing pull back down to around $40, $45, and I do believe we're going to see that price again, at least me personally. Now, that's for the long term. The short term, I think you should trade this thing. I think that there's a lot of opportunities. I mean, look how it's trading the after hours. We're talking it's moving 50 cents to $1 on a stock that just IPO'd, and this is in the after hours. Tomorrow, a lot of people are going to be seeing this. A lot of people are going to be hearing about it tonight and are going to be wanting to trade it and invest into it tomorrow. I think it's going to surge up to the 70s, 80s, potentially even hit 90 or 100 before coming back down in the next coming weeks. So for those short-term traders, for you guys out there, let's jump on this thing. I 100% think that this is something that, whether you're trading to the upside or downside, you got to take caution with, but I think it's a good opportunity for trading. Now for long-term, like I said, I think 40 to 45, even $50 isn't a bad buy-in. It was a little hot today when it opened up 55. It was 51. It was like the IPO pricing. I think that this has a lot of room to the upside, but also has a lot of room to the downside, okay, guys? So let's just be careful when trading this in the short term. But like I said, the long term, 40, 45, even $50, pick up some shares, add on the dips. If you want to get this in your portfolio, which I highly recommend if you follow Nvidia, AMD, Intel, Qualcomm, any type of related businesses, I definitely think that ARM Holdings is one to pick up in your portfolio. I do want to show this quick article that came out. SoftBank's Sun talks AI and how obviously ARM Holdings has a lot to do with AI style companies. And since I started at SoftBank, I have been a big believer of the microprocessors enabling all kinds of technology evolution, starting with PC and then mobile internet, now ongoing into the AI industry. So talking about AI, this is what this thing is going to start moving off of, is when people start realizing this is a very strong, heavy AI type stock, which can go both ways. Obviously, right now we're hot into AI, and a lot of things, or a lot of stocks and companies are doing really well because of the word AI in it. But we really have to see some good profit and overall just better numbers year over year from the company to show that it is a stable company to invest into. Otherwise, a lot of people aren't going to invest in this thing long term. I personally believe that right now, this is a good time to take that risk on a stock like this, because I think, you know what, like a lot of these articles are saying, it's one of the biggest IPOs of the year for sure, and potentially some people have been waiting years for this to happen, especially when NVIDIA was talking about going through with a deal last year with ARM. That's when a lot of people first realized what ARM is and what they do. So ARM Holdings, I definitely call this thing a buy right now. I definitely want to watch this for the long term. Short term, let's take some trades. Long term, let's wait it out a little bit, see where this thing trades, and then eventually jump into a price, okay? Right now, we're trading at over 100 times P/E, price to earnings ratio. So that is a lot larger than you should ever be investing into a stock, especially for the long term. But I think that ARM Holdings as a whole right now is a little hot, but I do believe that this is a good long-term portfolio name to have for you guys. In the short term, I think this is a good one to trade. I think that we hop on this thing. I think we watch to see what happens the next coming days. And definitely keep watching it for tomorrow, see how it trades. But look at how it is in the after hours, and this is only going to blow up even more. So let me know what you guys think about ARM Holdings in the comments below. I definitely want to know. If you guys are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like for more videos, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.